Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
It's Saturday, and that means it's time for one thing and one thing only, and that's UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. It's SSL FC against Atlanta Rovers FC, and it's next.
Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans. So they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures!
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for? For the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Atlanta Rovers FC. Now, if you're able to, please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
And welcome back to Charlie Jordan Field here at Shiloh Stadium in Snellville, Georgia for this UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. Larry Weaver here alongside Andre Bomar bringing you all the coverage here in the UPSL Georgia Division. And Andre, we have an interesting setup here because we have one team that is in a position that we expected and one team that's not.
Yes, SSL winners of the Division I playoffs last season. Not much was expected of them in this first season in the Premier Division, but boy, have they come on strong, challenging the top teams like Dalton United and Atlanta United in the top half of the table. And today they have an opportunity to really make a statement as they get prepared for playoff placement. And Atlanta Rovers, the same thing. They, we expected a lot from them. They had a poor last season, but this season they've really come back. They've snapped back, but still struggled a bit in recent weeks. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen today with the two teams with contrasting styles of play.
We look at the two teams. You can see here that Atlanta Rovers are currently in 6th place in the playoffs. Our playoffs here in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division is the top 7 teams that move on. SSL sitting in 3rd place. They've been sitting in that top 3 the entire season so far here in week 11, and they have really surprised us with how well they've adapted to the Premier Division.
Yeah, I mean, talking to the SSL players and Coach Tomasi, they're not surprised. You know, that they consider themselves a top team, and even with their rival, with their brother team, Kalanji Pro Profile, they feel like they're the better team. And so they've proven it so far this season, and so today will be another test for them as we wind down this season and the business part of the season.
And it looks like that Rovers are going to get us underway. They are in their blue kits with the black shorts. They're moving from left to right. SSL in their home red kits, they're going to be moving from right to left. We'll show you the setups and the formations here in just a few moments as we get this match underway. And there is the whistle to get us underway for the first 45 here at Charlie Jordan Field in Snellville, Georgia. An absolutely gorgeous day here in the Atlanta suburbs. Couldn't ask for a better day. Current weather conditions are 71 degrees with just a light wind, and it's just an absolute beautiful day for soccer.
Yeah, Larry, I think first thing we'll watch for is see how these two teams settle in. You know, there's a lot of sparring that goes on in these games to see, you know, as they sit back and see what the other team wants to do. But these are two very attacking teams, and at some point they're going to turn on the speed here.
One little piece of note for Atlanta Rovers, they are without their star striker, Akini James. He is not in the lineup for today, coming back after a little stint in Europe.
Yeah, Kenny's been a sort of a revelation for Rovers as he's come back to the UPSL after that stint in Italy, and he's done really well.
Good step by SSL to get the ball and move forward. Nice long ball forward, but not going to be anywhere where Sam can get a touch of it, and it's going to roll out. It'll be a throw deep in Rovers' third. Gives us a chance to look at Coach Louis' setup for the Rovers, a typical 4-3-3. Keep an eye on number 10, Luke Sexton, back there in the midfield. He's been coming back and forth, still kind of recovering from that injury he suffered last year, Dre.
Yeah, that was a really bad ankle injury he got against Vino Tinto from a really bad challenge there. It's unfortunate to see he missed the last half of the season. And, yeah, the rehab's been tough for him, but he's back in action and already making sort of a mark.
Moving up on this right-hand side, trying to switch the play of field. Nobody there. Figueroa was trying to find a man on the other side. That gives us an opportunity to take a look here once we get a little bit of a moment to look at Coach Tomasi's fast-moving SSL side. They are doing so good. That ball trying to get it up to Sam, and Matthias, just able to get in front of that pass.
That was a critical interception by Matthias because that ball was headed right down the middle for an on-rushing attacker for Rovers.
Tried to make that turn. He's going to get a foul. We have a chance to look at Coach Tomasi set up a typical 4-3-3 for him as well. Keep an eye on Sam. He's fighting in that golden boot race. Koulibaly, he comes back into the midfield, and also keep an eye on number 29, Morquinho. He had a really good start to the season. It's kind of slowed down these last couple weeks.
Yeah, still a danger man, though, somebody to look for, and that's a lot of speed that SSL has. That's been their strength. That and a very good and strong passing game. You know, Kalanji teams are known for their possession and passing skills, and SSL is no surprise here.
SSL's match last week ended in a 2-2 draw against Potros FC. They only have one more match for the remainder of the season. They got to go to Club the Strongest next week.
Oh.
Good ball in. Oh, and it hits the top of the crossbar. called offsides, but that was a great opportunity for Sam.
Well, he's straight in the offside position, but what an opportunity there. Just couldn't get the ball on frame, but he's straight off by maybe a step. First real opportunity of the game falls to SSL. And I'm sure that's going to wake up the Rovers defenders.
Yeah, it has to. Between Rodriguez and Matthias, they've got to hold that center back line for Hernandez. That's one of the things that we've noted all throughout this season, Dre, is one of the big changes for Atlanta Rovers is they lost their captain and center back, Max Clare, moving over to Dalton United. We were curious what was going to go on with that Rovers defense with him not being in there.
Yeah, that's a big loss for them, and of course he made the move. Geographically it's better for him at Dalton, and Dalton has really benefited from his services. But yeah, that left a sort of a gaping hole there for them in the center of defense. So yeah, it's not been you know, really replaced or filled so far. They've been defending by committee, but it's been just enough so far, Larry. I think that they'll be able to take this into the playoffs and do quite well with the setup that they do have.
Sent forward by the Rovers, but controlled by SSL. Ohana, he loses possession to Figueroa. He's moving down, tried to send that ball forward, just not able to get it to the man he was wanting to. Trujillo sent it over to Ohana. He sent it over to John. John's another player from SSL that's been hot and cold throughout the season.
Yeah, it seems that when one gets cold, somebody else steps up and gets really hot. I know Morikino, as you said earlier, started off red hot, and he looked like the target guy for the season. But he went cold, but then Chiksam kind of stepped up into that spot. And so they have a lot of options.
Look at how fast Sam was. Caught the keeper Hernandez off guard. He had to make a choice decision there before losing it.
Yeah, that's a fraction of a second choice there that he made. That could have been really bad, but he had the skill to deal with it.
That ball's going to be knocked out. It'll be an SSL throw. It's very tight in the Golden Boot race. 7 goals at the top of the heap. A lot of players with 6 and 5 for their campaigns, and we'll show you that here in just a second.
Yeah, that Golden Boot is neck and neck between a number of players.
We've had some seasons where we've had breakout runaway goal scorers. This season, it is a very, very tight race. Morikino, he's trying to find a little slot through the defense of Rovers, not able to do so.
Yeah, like you say, I mean, with the Golden Boot, there's maybe 6 or 7 players who have an opportunity to take that trophy this year. Probably will be decided on the last weekend.
That's going to be a foul. Rovers are going to have a good opportunity. It's about 43 yards or so. Rovers, they still have 3 more matches plus that mid-game makeup that they have to do with the first week from Legends FC at some point at the end of the season.
Yeah, that match has been snake bit. They've rescheduled that match to finish the second half twice, and they had to re-postpone them. And so that still has to be done. Probably is going to be a midweek makeup.
Rovers get us back underway. Put into the box, but Nesma, calm as you would like it with that attack coming in, and he collected that.
Half chance there.
And Nesma has really come on throughout the season. He was a little shaky at the beginning of the season, but he's been really, really confident these last few weeks for SSL.
Yeah, he really has developed into the SSL #1, and he's kind of taken it on himself. He commands the area very well, and like you say, he's really been a rock there in the defense there as a goalkeeper.
When we talk about SSL season, like we said, they are 5-2-3 for the season. Those 2 losses that they had, those were big losses because they were against Kalanji and Atlanta United.
Yeah, and even with those losses against the top teams, they play very well against them. So you kind of know that SSL is here to stay and compete. It'll be interesting to see them in the
There's an opportunity that just goes out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how SSL, enters the playoffs and how well they'll do. It's going to be a very interesting playoff competition this season.
And like we've talked about before, when it comes to the playoffs, whoever has the higher rank, they will have a home field advantage.
That is right.
It's not going to be played in a neutral site.
Yep, the top-ranked teams get their home field throughout the playoffs, including the playoff final. So that's a valuable advantage you can earn if you play well.
We covered the spring final up in Dalton United and Atlanta United. That was probably the most exciting match that we've ever covered, because that match went back and forth, goes to overtime. Dalton wins it at the death. You see it in our commercial. Just a fantastic match there.
Possibly one of the best UPSL matches I've seen in the Georgia Conference.
And Dalton United still continuing to sit at the top of the table. Had a few little stumbles, but they're still back on top. This division is a division that can be won or lost with 2 points, 3 points at the top of the table.
Yeah, and we said at the beginning of the season, Larry, there's a nasty challenge there, the SSL free kick. But the goal difference can make a difference. So even, winning or losing, you still want to be careful not to lose by much and try to win by as large a margin as you can, because those goal differences are the tiebreakers.
And when we talk about goal difference, you have to talk about that match last week between Atlanta United Academy and Legends FC, where Atlanta United wins 11-1. Here's an opportunity for Atlanta Rovers. Good shot, but easily controlled by Nesma.
Yeah, Legends, we'll see tomorrow, see if they can regroup after the disaster of last week. I know that they have been struggling this season. And currently in the relegation battle at the bottom of the table. But we got the LaGrange Derby tomorrow with UMA FC against Legends.
That's going to be an interesting match to see. Legends needs to come away with some points. UMA, they started at the bottom of the table, but they've really come on the last few weeks. Coach Andrew has done a fantastic job down there with UMA, and they're just on the outside of the playoffs looking in right now.
Yeah, I mean, for a short time last week, they were in playoff places until all the results came in, but they're right there challenging for it, and it's quite an amazing result for them so far this season. It really does emphasize the amazing coaching that they do have there down in LaGrange.
Let that ball run, but Nesma comes out. He clears it out. That's going to go out for a throw. Like you said, looking at the leaderboard, you can see right there, Dalton United, top of the table, 24 points. Atlanta United in second place, 19. SSL just behind with 17. Surprised to see Potros FC this far in the season in fourth place, but they've been doing a fantastic job.
Well, I think that the great start to the season that Potros has really been beneficial for them. And they're a solid club, so they're going to stay competitive no matter who they're playing. And so that's going to be another team to watch. I mean, there's so many teams to watch.
Yeah. And Kalanji Pro Profile, Atlanta Rovers, and Atlanta City, they all fill out the top 7. Sent over to the right-hand side. Whoever is in first place, they get a first-round bye in the playoffs. And then it is on.
Yep, Dalton is right now the favorite for that. But there's so many different competitions within the competitions to play for. You're playing for the division title. You're playing for a playoff place. You're playing to avoid relegation, which are the 2 bottom spots in this division.
Good movement by the Rovers. They're just not able to get through this defense on that exchange. Trujillo sends it forward over on that right-hand side. Good movement through the midfield for SSL. Matthias controls the ball for Rovers. Both teams just filling each other out here in these first 14 minutes. Here's an opportunity for Leonard. Well, I'm sorry, that was... Let's see who that was.
Didn't see the number over there. There were some last-minute changes right before
they made a change before kickoff because Leonard wasn't on the startup, but I was like, number 6, that's Leonard.
Well, that's the danger of this level. Sometimes those changes come quick.
Deflected off of Leonard. Som enters in, and SSL does a lot like what Kalanji does, their parent squad, where a player like Som starts out as the striker, but he'll float both left side and right side.
Yeah, it looks like he has a free roll.
Marquinhos, he's working on that right hand, trying to get it up to Koulibaly. Koulibaly still able to control it. Deflected, but it'll be a goal kick. That was a first real opportunity for SSL. Little conversation going on with the center ref about that little bit of a push off.
Yeah, looks like he's going to do a drop ball.
And well, they're going to switch out the ball.
Switch out the balls, yeah.
And we talked about the Golden Boot race, Dre, and you can see here Emmanuel Lom still sitting at the top with 9 points for Dalton United. Victor Valencia, his teammate, in second with 7, tied with Atlanta City's Jaden Camus and Patrick Okonkwo, who we'll see in the second of our doubleheader today for Kalanji Pro Profile. And then Som here in 5th place with 6 points. See if he can add on a goal and jump up there with Patrick.
Yeah, if you have you catch fire a little bit and score a brace or a hat trick, you can turn this Golden Boot race upside down.
And if you have an opportunity, and you'll definitely have an opportunity later in the season as we present the goals of the season, you go back and you watch that Kalanji Pro Profile SSL match. Patrick Okonkwo had probably, in my mind, the greatest goal this season.
Yeah, that volley he put in was just amazing. And of course, we'll have the fans vote on the top goal of the season. After the regular season is over, we'll put it in the highlight reel and see who we vote for here.
Here's an opportunity right into the path of center of the box, but nobody was there for SSL. Koulibaly behind him. Som gets it. Koulibaly was a little bit offsides. Good thing he didn't get a hand on that, and that one is just ripped out for a goal kick.
A little bit desperate defending from Rovers there. So a little bit on the back foot as SSL starting to kind of turn the screws a little bit in attack.
Both teams have had their chances. So far, nobody has stepped away with anything of any merit.
Yeah, the way that they're playing, though, you got the feeling goals are coming.
Sent forward, but that SSL defense snuffs out that attack, sends it forward. And that's one of the things that SSL is known for, just like Kalanji. They're a fast break transition team.
Yeah, just like Kalanji, they grow in strength and speed as the game goes on.
There's going to be a foul there.
He's going to talk to him.
Yeah, have a little chat. I think this is going to be a last warning.
The referee crew has been very good this season, the crews that we've been able to work with. Which is saying a lot because it's so hard at this level. As we know, there's a referee shortage at this level. But we seem to have benefited from some of the best in the state.
And we're always grateful for the referees that we have because they do such a good job for us here in the UPSL.
It's a job I couldn't do. They take a lot of, let's say, pressure from time to time.
Yeah. Mustafa Mashoud, he's got the reins in the center. Ben Abrams, Daniel Emery, our ARs, and Robert Binge, our fourth official for today.
Rovers good to get that cleared away and see what they can do.
White trying to find somewhere to go. He elects to go over on that left-hand side. Nava. Looks like Leonard went down for SSL. Looks like he just
took a bit of a knock. He's a little frustrated too from his body motions there.
Thinking more kind of go down to get a little notice from the ref to have a talk with him to see if he can't plead his case or SSL's case that something was missed. Be a drop ball for Rovers to get us back underway. Like we said here, 21st minute, SSL FC, Rovers FC 0-0. We thank you for watching us here on the ASMG YouTube channel. Don't ever forget to like and subscribe for all our content. We have a doubleheader today. Second match at 7:30. Kalanji Pro Profile will be taking on Vino Tinto Atlanta. No foul called there against Som. And like Dre, oh, there's a really bad shot, and it's in the back of the net. What a goal for White. What a mistake for SSL. Rovers taking the chance.
Oh, what was he thinking on that? That was a terrible pass across the face of goal. Just intercepted and just slotted in. Nothing the goalkeeper could do to keep that out.
Calm as you would like it. Look at this. Som gives it over, and then I can't see who that was. It was Jallo. Jallo just completely bottled that pass.
It's one of those pet peeves. A lot of coaches say never cross in front of your own goal like that.
Never cross your goal.
But that's the opportunistic opportunity that can make the difference in a game like this. So,
and that's exactly what Coach Louis needed for his Atlanta Rovers, and they are now up 1-0 here in the 23rd minute. Ooh, that was a really, really bad mistake by Jallo.
Great work to get that first goal as the visitors here.
But
how would that change the game, though?
Yeah, don't give up on SSL. They have a way of scoring goals.
That's what I say, man. We're in hashtag response time, and I tell you what, the speed of SSL has made a difference throughout the season, even when going down. So Rovers is still going to have to be solid in play, but boy, what a great opening for them to get ahead in this game.
You can see how animated Coach Tomasi is on the SSL bench. Sideline, he is just, arms are flailing.
Here's Rovers again. He's on side.
Takes a shot, and he pulls that wide. A shot taken by Alabaksh, number 8.
Didn't really catch that at all.
Yeah, he just didn't get his feet right on that one.
He's had a decent opportunity there. The defender for SSL was in pretty good position.
You can take a quick look as Nesma is getting us back underway. You can see here he receives the ball, and then when he pulls it, he just pulls it wide.
Yeah, would have been better if he could have at least got it on frame.
Trying to turn that ball was Koulibaly, but he was not able to do anything with it. Koulibaly, he started on the lineup in the midfield, but he's all the way up in the striker position. Here's a mistake by Rovers, but this time they get away with it.
Not exactly the same thing, but very close. It wasn't in front of goal, but it was a weak pass.
Good ball forward from Figueroa. Ingram, he's finding his way through. This one pulled. Bosch tried to send that one in, but deflected out by Ochoa, and it will be a throw deep in the third of SSL. Expect to see a nice long throw coming in here. You can see Luke Sexton coming over.
Yeah, not a lot of purple shirts up front just yet.
He elects to take it short. Was Ingram. This one's whipped in from Figueroa. Nesma.
It looked like a wing and a prayer on that one. It's just to put it across.
And you got to feel sorry for Nesma on that goal from Rovers. There was nothing that he could do.
Yeah, I'm sure he was shocked to see the ball come across like that, and he was sort of like in no man's land when it was intercepted.
Hernandez elects to let that ball roll. Expel a few seconds off the clock.
Yeah, sometimes those types of mistakes can be the difference in winning and losing a game.
Like we said, one thing it's going to be interesting to see what happens with SSL, because they're one team that has played throughout the season, hasn't had a break. So they will have a couple weeks off before the playoffs begin. Will that time off hinder them, or will it help them?
That is a good question. Sometimes that interrupts the rhythm and flow of your team. As Rovers try a counterattack there that kind of peters out.
That'll be a throw for SSL.
I will say, though, SSL being a Kalanji team, there's a lot of experience in the coaching staff that can help prepare these guys for the playoffs. And the way they've been playing, I think they're a danger for any team. Atlanta United, Dalton, they're going to have to really, if they come across them, they're going to have to play them well.
He was offsides.
Yeah,
Koulibaly played that close, but offsides he was called.
Didn't quite break it at the time he wanted to. Good offside trap.
Now, when you look at those two matches that they lost this season, SSL, they lost 5-3 to Kalanchi Pro Profile, and they lost 2-1 against Atlanta United. And that was a game where they really felt like they should have gotten a draw, if not a win, because they were playing really, really well in the first half.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot that was the difference between Atlanta United and SSL on the day, and I guarantee you the Kalanji loss hurt them more. That's a big rivalry here.
Yeah, that was the Shiloh derby, and you saw by the end of that match there was a lot of choice words going back and forth between the two teams, the two squads, because you got to remember that this SSL squad is really an academy variant of Kalanji.
Yeah, they're in competition with them. You know, they're the same parent academy as SSL.
Here's an opportunity by SSL. Got the ball up to Sam. He gives it back to Leonard. Leonard lays it off. Koulibaly takes a shot, and it just gets whiffed into the defender.
Could have done better there.
Yeah, too many players that were playing the team and not being selfish there. Jallo got there, but he didn't get the ball off of Figueroa. Now Morquinho receives the ball for SSL. Cervera, he tries to send it forward, not able to do so. Ochoa, good turn to Cervera. Back to Ochoa. Good switch. Got it all the way up to Sam. He's on a march. He takes a shot that's just a little scuffed right into Hernandez's hands.
Yeah, the defender did his job there, put him off. Couldn't really collect that ball the way he wanted for a shot.
And you can see Sam, couple baby steps there working on that. I think he kind of scuffed the turf as he took that shot.
Yeah,
Majority of the
painful.
squads that play here in the UPSL Georgia division do play on turf.
Yeah, you get a truer action from the ball on turf, but it's hard on the body.
Yeah, if you scuff that ground, you feel it all the way through that shin, knee.
Oh, nice interception.
Sexton, he receives the ball. He gets around the defender,
Oh,
but
nice
they
tackle.
clear it out. Good work there. Trujillo, he cut that pass off. Otherwise, that could have been a great opportunity for the Rovers to make it 2. And that ball gets knocked out by Rodriguez to be a throw for SSL, who take it quickly. Dancing on the ball, Assam gives it back to Ochoa. He sends it forward. Morquinho, he receives the ball. Good step, shot taken. Oh, what a
wow.
goal from Morquinho.
What a
That
finish.
is a fantastic tie.
We
1-1.
We talked about Morquinho before the game and how well he started the season. He kind of cooled off in recent games, but boy, what a finish on this one.
Take a look at this one, folks. This is a fantastic goal from Morquinho. Receives the ball, works around Matthias, takes the shot, and nothing the keeper could do. He just watches that go into the back of the net. And it's 1-1 all here at Charlie Jordan Field. 31st minute.
Yeah, I didn't see if that was within the response time, but boy, it comes at a great time as they reset the score.
About 8 or 9 minutes.
So close enough.
Close enough.
But boy, that's going to put them back into contention here. I know that, you know, we said we're going to see goals today. I think that this confirms that. And you said it earlier, Larry. SSL, even though going down a goal, you know, they're going to be calm. They didn't change their style of play. They're a team of possession and passing, which any Kalanji team will be.
And a team that expects to score. So when they allowed that goal in, you saw how animated Coach Tomasi was on the sideline. They feel like they had a huge mistake there allowing that goal. Would have been called offside. They elected to all hold up. That was just a peach of a goal there from Morquinho.
Oh, yeah, the way he worked against the defender, turned him inside, curled it in past the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper could only watch it go in the back of the net. Now, what can Rovers do? Can they come back and get back into the lead?
Jallo with a turn, but Matthias, he cuts that off, get it up to Ingram. Great work there by Trujillo to see that ball out for a throw. SSL. Morquinho heads it forward, but it's going to just dribble its way into the possession of the Rovers. Another position that was recently changed this season, Dre, is also the goalkeeper for the Rovers. Hernandez in goal this season. Cameron Verona going back to Potros FC this season.
Yeah, it was always going to happen with Porto's returning to the UPSL Premier. A lot of their players who were playing on different teams have returned to play with Portos, and that was one player that did that. It's been great for Portos, but you know, Rovers hasn't really suffered too much.
Here's an opportunity for Rovers. Kind of flick forward there. Hart tried to get a little cheeky with that flip forward, trying to pass it to himself, not able to get it, but he did win the throw. Works around the defender. Del Rio, he takes a shot, and that goes wide.
Not a bad decision, just couldn't get it on frame there.
And, you know, Dre, we talked about it a couple times. So I really have to tip my hat to Coach Uranga and the staff over at Potros FC, they took last season off to get their house back in order, and they have come out this season in gangbusters, and they have really, really performed well. For a team that, you know, they came from the ADSL a few seasons back and really struggled when they first came into the UPSL system, but man, do they look good this season.
It is an amazing story. I mean, that was a recreational team coming into the UPSL, which is a
No
pro
foul.
development league. And yeah, here come SSL again. But yeah, Potros has just really been a great revelation to see, and been very successful this season coming back. And again, another team to watch. They should end up in the playoffs, and they'll be a handful for anybody that they face.
We talk about SSL and next week being their last game of the season. That's a bad back pass for Rovers, but they work it out. Hernandez sends it forward. We talk about their parent team several times today, Kalanji Pro Profile. They're the exact opposite. They've still got 6 games to play before the end of the season, and we've only got 3 weeks to go.
Yeah, you know, there are going to be some midweek makeup games there. That one of the things about Kalanji, Pro Profile, is that because they play in so many different leagues, including MLS Next, and there are players that play on NPSL team. Oh yeah, it's handball. So there's a lot of games that they have to reschedule, and
plus,
this is the result.
Plus they were in the Open Cup, so some of that has to get rescheduled as well. But you're right. They're in so many divisions and so many different play throughout this area of soccer that they just have so many games to play. And, you know, that's one of the things is, you know, is it too much for some of those players? Is it too much play so you get to the playoffs and you're out of gas?
Yeah, we touched on that in the Center Circle podcast. You know, sometimes if you divide up your competitions, you can't really excel in any of them.
Ochoa lifts it into the box, but cleared away. Matthias Morquinho, he receives it, is able to keep it in. Leonard back to Morquinho. He lifts it over to Sam, not able to hold it, headed out, and that will be a goal kick.
So close. Yeah, no, in the Center Circle podcast, we talked before the season, we were talking about who we thought would be the team to watch, and I said if Kalanji could have focused on UPSL action, I don't think anybody could have really beat them, but unfortunately they didn't focus. They've had to play many different competitions, and you know, some days they don't have their best out there. But that's not the other team's problems. They'll take that and take advantage of it.
Severa took a knock, and he's slowly getting up for SSL. They win possession.
Wow.
And that gets knocked out for a throw for Rovers. Now, I played it safe at the beginning of the season and said all roads lead to Dalton United. Dalton hasn't let me down there.
And so far, that's been the story. I think that, again, the SSL was the biggest surprise.
Definitely.
Showing where they are.
I expected them to be mid-table. I didn't expect them to be at the top of the table. They have played some sensational football throughout this season. Coming in from Division I, it usually takes a season or two for teams that are coming in from Division I to find success in this Premier Division, but man, oh man, between SSL and Dalton United, here's an opportunity for Kalabali, but he just didn't get enough on that.
I think critical action there from the defender might have made the difference. Keep that ball out.
These last 2 seasons, Dalton United and SSL have been proving those words absolutely outdated because they both have come in from Division I and they have been sharp. Hit forward by Severa. Ingram, he takes a shot, deflected off of Jallo. Del Rio, he turns, takes a shot, and it's right into the arms of Nesma.
Yeah, I think, Dalton United came in and we were thinking, wow, they came in gangbusters and just ran away with the Premier Division. And it seemed like a fluke. But then next season, here we are with SSL. Not quite as dominant as Dalton were when they came in, but have really shown that they're an elite team here in the Premier Division. Now, I will say that Dalton, although they were new to the UPSL coming out of Division I, they're not a new team. They've had a lot of success in other leagues. They've been together for a very long time, so factoring that in, it's not
Sexton
so
takes a shot.
Oh.
Grabbed by Nesma. You're okay there, Trey?
Yeah. Things can happen fast in this game.
We covered Dalton United's first and only so far match in the national playoffs, and due to scheduling conflicts really put themselves on the back foot and ended up losing that match to Tennessee Tempo.
Yeah, I
more
think they
thanks
were a
to
bit
Mother
hard.
Nature in that.
Yeah, I think they were a bit hard done too, the way that match was allowed to go on, the way it was, switching fields to indoor.
With just moments, and got right back underway, and it was difficult for us here at ASMG to try to cover that, as we were in an absolute deluge downpour and trying to get equipment moved from one field to another.
Yeah, ended up doing audio only there for the second half, and it really it affected Dalton United. I think if the weather had not done what it did, and what's he doing? Okay.
That's a confident goalkeeper right there.
I was expecting him to get rid of that earlier, and then he just kind of hung on to it. Waited for the SSL player to challenge. That could have gone wrong. But yeah, Dalton, I think, probably learned from that too, and will be prepared for unusual situations like that might occur again.
Yeah, whoever from the UPSL Georgia Division wins our playoff format, they go on to the national playoffs. They will play against the winner of the Kentucky-Tennessee division.
Yeah, and this season, the quarterfinal, the Final Four, and the final is going to be in California, in Irvine, the birthplace of the UPSL.
Back home, where it was last spring, an absolutely gem of a brand new facility out there in Irvine.
Fantastic facility to hold the finals.
It was back in 2020 when we were able to cover national playoff finals at Silverbacks Park. That was before the Premier Division was announced. It was still just one division. Atletico Atlanta, with just that Cinderella sensational season. They were just an unbelievable, just the undefeated juggernauts that season.
Yeah, they literally were the Invincibles for us this season. Got a little bit of a talk here from the referee.
And see how much has changed in just a few years. 3 years later, most of those players and especially that organization no longer exist.
Yeah, that's what can happen to this level. Things can happen fast. But it's pro development, and so these are teams. There are some teams that are building. They're making a transition from amateur to professional. Sometimes they're successful, sometimes they're not. This is where you learn it.
And when we speak about professional, here's Luke Sexton moving up the right-hand side. Trying to get it in. It's going to be knocked out. It'll be a corner. First corner in quite some time. But we talk about, that path, Dre. Atlanta Rovers, they had a player that got an opportunity to become a professional. We see a substitution coming on for SSL here in the first half. We're in the 43rd minute. Cervera, he's coming off from that knock that he got.
Yeah, I think it is an injury substitution.
This will be an outswinger from Sexton. Plays to the top of the box, but cut off.
I think their signals got crossed there. I don't think he was expecting that ball to come across there. But
great ball forward from the newly entered 91.
Ooh. Nice work there from the defender. But yeah, I think that cross that came in from the corner, I don't think the attacker was expecting it to come low and away from goal like that.
That was Faustine, number 91, who came in for SSL. He's on the ball right now, pulled off by Del Rio, and Del Rio is fouled by Leonard. So far, no plastic issued to either side. Sent forward. Headed away by SSL. Coming into the 45th minute. See how many minutes of stoppage time we get.
It's going to go out there. Yep, we're in the 45th minute. I think the 1-1 score is pretty fair compared to what's been happening on the field.
We started off slow those first few minutes, first 14, 15 minutes. Not a whole lot to say in regards to productive shots on goal from either side. Goal scored by Rovers and then followed up by SSL to bring you this 1-1 draw as we have right now.
Shadows stretching as the sun goes down here. Late
Sexton
afternoon.
sending it forward. Don't forget, this is daylight savings weekend. Tonight, clocks go back an hour. Offsides by Koulibaly.
Yep, so you get an extra hour to slumber tomorrow morning.
Slumber or work or whatever the case may be. Center official is looking at his watch, but he's not made any type of notion of how much is extra time. Neither has a fourth official. Nesma controls that ball. Good work by the defense.
I don't expect we'll get very much stoppage time. There went.
I'd say 2 minutes tops.
Yeah,
That's
tops, he's
offsides
off, yeah.
by Som.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
you're
left
off.
it go, and they're saying,
You're off,
hey.
dude.
But both of them were offsides on that exchange.
I think he's trying to argue. At the time the ball was played, he felt like he was on, but he was standing in an offside position.
Yeah, they both were. Figueroa trying to go to Del Rio. Del Rio's knocked down from Faustin in the back.
Yeah, I love the arguments about offside from people on the sideline at a bad angle.
That's always my favorite.
That's fun to watch.
SSL. I want to take the time to thank our sponsor for today's match. Images Frozen in Time, bringing you all the coverage here for the UPSL Georgia Premier Division here at Charlie Jordan Field. It's going to be a foul committed by SSL, and this will be our first plastic of the day for the newly entered Faustin. He's only been in for just a few moments, and he's already got the first plastic of the day.
Hope it doesn't start a trend. It's been a very sportsmanlike contest so far, not ill-mannered at all. We've seen too much of that so far this season with a couple of teams in particular.
Deflected off the wall.
And there we go.
And that is the whistle for halftime. As we go into halftime, it is currently 1-1 between SSL FC and Atlanta Rovers FC. And Dre, let's just get some of your thoughts before we go into the half.
It's kind of rolled out the way I thought it would be, with both teams sparring with each other very even keeled match. SSL with a lot more of the possession, and in this case, more of the chances. But that one mistake they made really has hurt them as far as them being able to get the advantage in the game. But overall, I think it's a fair result so far as we go into the halftime.
Agreed on all sorts, and that's going to do it for the first 45. We'll be back here in a few moments to bring you the second half. So as we stand right now, SSL 1, Atlanta Rovers FC 1. Don't go away, everybody. We'll be right back.
Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans. So they will never miss any of the action.
Good ball laid off to that far side. Shot ripped. It's in! Dalton United at the death of the game! They go ahead, and this stadium is sent to raptures.
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
Gentlemen, say it with them. They are the champions.
So what are you waiting for the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Transition team.
Yeah, just like Kalanji, they grow in strength and speed as the game goes on.
There's going to be a foul there. No foul called there against Som. And like Dre, oh, there's a really bad shot, and it's in the back of the net. What? Arms are flailing.
Here's Rovers again. He's on side.
Takes the shot, and he pulls that wide. That shot taken.
The playoffs, and the way they've been playing, I think they're a danger for any team. Atlanta United, Dalton, they're going to have to really, if they come across them, they're going to have to play them well.
He was offsides.
Yeah,
Koulibaly played.
Parent Academy. Oh, SSL.
Here's an opportunity by SSL. Got the ball up to Som. He gives it back to Leonard. Leonard lays it off. Koulibaly takes a shot, and it just gets whiffed into the defense. Good switch. Got it all the way up to Som. He's on a march. He takes a shot that's just a little scuffed right into Hernandez. He sends it forward. Morquinho, he receives the ball. Good step. Shot taken. Oh, what a goal from Morquinho.
What a finish.
That is a able to get it, but he did win the throw. Works around the defender. Del Rio, he takes a shot, and that goes wide.
Kalanji, the profile is that because they play in so many different leagues, including MLS Next, and there are players that play on NPSL team. Oh, yeah, it's handball.
Leonard back to Morquinho. He lifts it over to Sam. Not able to hold it. Headed out, and that will be a goal kick. Hit forward by Severa. Ingram, he takes a shot. Deflected off of Jallo. Del Rio, he turns, takes a shot, and it's right into the arms of the pass.
That was a critical interception by Matias because that ball was headed right down the middle for an on-rushing attacker for Rovers.
Tried to make FC. They only have one more match for the remainder of the season. They got to go to Club the Strongest next week.
Oh.
Good ball in.
Oh. We have an opportunity to take that trophy this year. Probably will be decided on the last weekend.
That's going to be a foul.
So you kind of know that SSL's here to stay and compete. It'll be interesting to see them in the, oh.
There's an
We'll have
opportunity
chance there.
that just goes out.
Yeah.
With 2 points, 3 points at the top of the table.
Yeah, and we said at the beginning of the season, Larry, there's
That match last week between Atlanta United Academy and Legends FC, where Atlanta United wins 11-1. Here's an opportunity for Atlanta Rovers. He's working on that right-hand try. Get it up to Koulibaly. Koulibaly still able to control it. Deflected, but it's behind him. Sam gets it. Koulibaly was a little bit offsides. Good thing he didn't get a hand on that, and that one is just ripped out. Transition team.
Yeah, and just like Kalanji, they grow in strength and speed as the game goes on.
There's going to be a foul there. No foul called there against Sam. And like Dre, there's a really bad shot, and it's in the back of the net. What? Arms are flailing.
Here's Rovers again. He's on side.
Takes the shot, and he pulls that wide. That shot taken.
The playoffs, and the way they've been playing, I think they're a danger for any team. Atlanta United, Dalton, they're going to have to really, if they come across them, they're going to have to play them well.
He was offsides.
Yeah,
Koulibaly played.
Parent Academy, SSL.
Here's an opportunity by SSL. Got the ball up to Sam. He gives it back to Leonard. Leonard lays it off. Koulibaly takes a shot, and it just gets whiffed into the defense. Good switch. Got it all the way up to Sam. He's on a march. He takes a shot that's just a little scuffed right into Hernandez. He sends it forward. Morquinho, he receives the ball. Good step. Shot taken. What a goal from Morquinho.
What a finish.
That is able to get it, but he did win the throw. Works around the defender. Del Rio, he takes a shot, and that goes wide.
Kalanji, the pro profile is that because they play in so many different leagues, including MLS Next, and there are players that play on UPSL team. Oh, yeah, it's handball.
Leonard back to Morquinho. He lifts it over to Sam. Not able to hold it. Headed out, and that will be a goal kick. Hit forward by Severa. Ingram, he takes a shot. Deflected off of Jallo. Del Rio, he turns, takes a shot, and it's right into the arms of the pass.
That was a critical interception by Matias because that ball was headed right down the middle for an on-rushing attacker for Rovers.
Tried to make FC. They only have one more match for the remainder of the season. They got to go to Club the Strongest next week. Good ball in.
We have an opportunity to take that trophy this year. Probably will be decided on the last weekend.
That's going to be a foul.
So you kind of know that SSL's here to stay and compete. It'll be interesting to see them in the,
There's an
we'll have
opportunity
chance there.
that just goes out.
Yeah.
With 2 points, 3 points at the top of the table.
Yeah, and we said at the beginning of the season, Larry, there's
That match last week between Atlanta United Academy and Legends FC, where Atlanta United wins 11-1. Here's an opportunity for Atlanta Rovers. He's working on that right-hand try. Get it up to Koulibaly. Koulibaly still able to control it. Deflected, but it behind him. Sam gets it. Koulibaly was a little bit offsides. Good thing he didn't get a hand on that, and that one is just ripped out. Transition team.
Yeah, just like Kalanji, they grow in strength and speed as the game goes on.
There's going to be a foul there. No foul called there against Sam. And like Dre, there's a really bad shot, and it's in the back of the net. What? Arms are flailing.
Here's Rovers again. He's on side.
Takes the shot, and he pulls that wide. That shot taken.
The playoffs, and the way they've been playing, I think they're a danger for any team. Atlanta United, Dalton, they're going to have to really, if they come across them, they're going to have to play them well.
He was offsides.
Yeah,
Koulibaly played.
Parent Academy. SSL.
Here's an opportunity by SSL. Got the ball up to Sam. He gives it back to Leonard. Leonard lays it off. Koulibaly takes a shot, and it just gets whiffed into the defense. Good switch. Got it all the way up to Sam. He's on a march. He takes a shot that's just a little scuffed right into Hernandez. He sends it forward. Morquinho, he receives the ball. Good step. Shot taken. What a goal from Morquinho.
What a finish.
That is able to get it, but he did win the throw. Works around the defender. Del Rio, he takes a shot, and that goes wide.
Kalanji, the profile is that because they play in so many different leagues, including MLS Next, and there are players that play on UPSL team. Oh, yeah, it's handball.
Leonard back to Morquinho. He lifts it over to Sam. Not able to hold it. Headed out, and that will be a goal kick. Hit forward by Severa. Ingram, he takes a shot. Deflected off of Jallo. Del Rio, he turns, takes a shot, and it's right into the arms of the pass.
That was a critical interception by Matias, because that ball was headed right down the middle for on-rushing attacker for Rovers.
Tried to make FC. They only have one more match for the remainder of the season. They got to go to Club the Strongest next week. Good ball in.
We have an opportunity to take that trophy this year. Probably will be decided on the last weekend.
That's going to be a foul.
So you kind of know that SSL is here to stay and compete. It'll be interesting to see them in the.
There's an opportunity that just goes out.
Yeah.
With 2 points, 3 points at the top of the table.
Yeah, and we said at the beginning of the season, Larry, there's
that match last week between Atlanta United Academy and Legends FC, where Atlanta United wins 11-1. Here's an opportunity for Atlanta Rovers. He's working on that right-hand try. Get it up to Koulibaly. Koulibaly still able to control it. Deflected, but behind him. Sam gets it. Koulibaly was a little bit offsides. Good thing he didn't get a hand on that, and that one is just ripped out. Transition team.
Yeah, just like Kalanji, they grow in strength and speed as the game goes on.
There's going to be a foul there. No foul called there against Sam. And like Dre, there's a really bad shot, and it's in the back of the net. What? Arms are flailing.
Here's Rovers again. He's on side.
Takes the shot, and he pulls that wide. That shot taken.
The playoffs, and the way they've been playing, I think they're a danger for any team. Atlanta United, Dalton, they're going to have to really, if they come across them, they're going to have to play them well.
He was offsides.
Yeah, he's well
Koulibaly played.
Parent Academy. Oh, SSL.
Here's an
right
opportunity by SSL. Got the ball up to Sam. He gives it back to Leonard. Leonard lays it off. Koulibaly takes a shot, and it just gets whiffed into the defense. Good switch. Got it all the way up to Sam. He's on a march. He takes a shot that's just a little scuffed right into Hernandez. He sends it forward. Morquinho, he receives the ball. Good step, shot taken. Oh, what a goal from Morquinho!
What
that is a Welcome back to Charlie Jordan Field here at Shiloh Stadium in Snellville, Georgia. 1-1 is our score at the half between SSL FC and Atlanta Rovers FC. Larry Weber here bringing you all the coverage with Andre Bomar, and took a little bit to start. Both teams had some decent shots on goal. 22nd minute, that goal from Justin White for Atlanta Rovers, costly mistake by Jallo, number 24 in the defense. And then there in the 31st minute, Morquinho with just a sensational goal for SSL FC to make it 1-1.
Yeah, fitting equalizer there midway through the first half, and SSL with their quick action, really strong and fast counterattacking, made the difference, but they gave up a really soft goal with a mistake with the pass across the goal. It had a good finish, but that is where we are with the 1-1 score at the moment.
And we start the second 45 with SSL on the ball. They are in the all-red kit, moving from left to right. Atlanta Rovers, they're in their blue tops with black shorts, and they are moving from right to left.
Yeah, I think we're going to see more of the same as this game starts the second half. I think you're going to see SSL with more of the possession and hitting on the counterattack, and Rovers is going to try to soak up some of that pressure and hit on their own counters.
Moving forward was Alabash, but that was snuffed out by the defense of SSL. We only had one substitute and one yellow card in that first half. Sam, he's on the ball, moving down that right-hand side, getting in, take a shot, off the top bar. What a chance, and it hit the American football bar, and that's going to go out for a goal, corner, because it was touched by Hernandez.
Wow, what a chance. I mean, out of nothing, he came across that with that, again, that speed down that right side, and had a good shot go up on.
One substitute and one yellow card in that first half, and they were committed by the same person for SSL, number 91, Faustine. And this will be an in-swinger for SSL. Lifted to the back, and that gets knocked over for a goal kick.
Just a half chance there, no real danger.
We started out this day 71 degrees. It's dropped down. Well, it's sitting right at 71 still, but you can the wind has dropped, and it just feels like the air coming into the press box here is, you can feel the temperature is starting to drop.
Yeah, I know, with the shadow now covering the entire field. We had a little bit of sunshine earlier, and I believe that temperature will start dropping now as we feel some of that cool air coming through the press box.
Luke Sexton, he's on the ball. That gets knocked away by Choa. That'll be a throw for the Rovers. Cleared away by SSL. Sam tried to flick it forward. That gets knocked out of Koulibaly's touch.
Throw in, says the referee there.
Rodriguez with a good timely tackle there. SSL with the throw. Ochoa, he sends a nice long ball. Rodriguez not able to control it completely, but he makes up for it and gets it back to Hernandez. Ochoa. That was a great turn by Del
nice
Rio
flick
to get it to Sexton, but Sexton not able to get it forward. Ochoa, and that's just a coming between the two players, and they're going to give it to center officials, giving it to SSL, or it's going to give it to the Rovers, but he was motioning of the push from Jallo.
Yeah, I think that's what he was doing, and then he pointed for the Rovers. Free kick there.
Jallo's had a bit of a mess of a match so far. He was the costly decision to bring that ball across the pitch, which led to that goal from Justin White.
Yeah, I think it shocked his own goalkeeper and the defender. He was trying to reach across the goal, and it's one of those ones you want to take back, I'm sure. But this second half is starting much like the first half started, a little bit slower. But we had flashes of attack, and there were chances on goal so far this second half.
SSL trying to get the ball forward. Nice long ball, trying to get up to Koulibaly. This match is one of 6 for this weekend. You can see the ticker down at the lower third. At 7 o'clock, North Georgia United welcomes Atlanta United Academy to Riverbend Park. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah,
7:30, we got 2 matches. Los Tigres, Club de Strongest, taking on FC Birmingham. And our second match of the night, Kalanji Pro Profile taking on Vino Tinto Atlanta.
Yeah, that North Georgia game looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. North Georgia have found themselves in the past few weeks, except for a heavy defeat last week against Dalton. But they have been playing much, much better. But today is going to be another stern test for them.
This is going to be a corner for the Rovers. Tomorrow we have 2 matches at 3 o'clock. Atlanta City is welcoming Dalton United, and we will be covering the LaGrange Derby, Legends FC and UMA FC. That's going to be a great match.
Yeah, 2 teams that don't really like each other. Both share the Callaway Stadium.
And that ball is bounced up and over off the head of Alabash for the goal kick.
Yeah, the way that came in, that could have gone anywhere. But it bounces out for a goal kick. Not sure about that. A poor sequence of play for that goal kick.
Somehow finds its way out of the danger for SSL. Now they're starting to make a transition, not able to get it past. But Sam, he makes his way back, trying to switch it, just not enough on it. Here's an opportunity. What a little challenge there from Ochoa. Ball just sits into his legs, and he's able to retain possession there.
He's able to do that without fouling in the box. Good work from the defenders there from SSL.
Sexton's pass forward is blocked by Ochoa. Now a break for SSL. Gets it up to Koulibaly, but he's offside.
Yeah, I was going to say, he looked like he was off.
He has been just sitting on that line all day, and Rovers have done a great job keeping him offsides.
opportunity there for SSL. Again, you see how quickly they can turn defense into attack, but just got it wrong with the offsides.
You know, we talk about that LaGrange derby tomorrow, Dre, and we give a lot of credit to Coach Andrew at UMA for really making the turnaround for them to save their season. And it's really coming down to Coach Wozniak for Legends FC. He's really got to find some points in these last couple weeks to keep his team up if they don't want to get relegated in their first season.
Yeah, it's been a tough one for Legends. You know, they've had their struggles with personnel and some pretty bad results, particularly last week against Atlanta United, where Atlanta United put 11 on them in an 11-1 drubbing. But they still have the opportunity. It's just a matter of results on the field, and if Coach Wozniak can put it together, they can save themselves.
SSL able to clear the ball forward. But Rovers able to gain control and send it back into a dangerous position. Nava sends it forward to Sexton. Sexton lifts it forward.
Oh.
It's caught by Alabash, but if he would have left that for Figueroa, he might have had an opportunity because he was streaking into the goal.
Yeah, I thought that was going to get through to him, but things happen quickly up there. He tried to muscle it in, but couldn't quite make the connection.
Trujillo goes back to Nesma. So far, Nesma's been the harder worker of the two keepers. It's 1-1, but SSL really haven't had that many chances on goal this match.
Got to be very careful there. Coming out of the box like that to clear the ball. Get that wrong, SSL could be in. Oh, another bad crossfield pass, but they're not punished by it.
Faustin cut it off, but wasn't able to get the ball to Koulibaly, and Rovers still maintained possession. You know, we talk about goal differential being so critical in this division, Dre. SSL, they're currently sitting at +7. Rovers are sitting at +3. You look at the top of the table, Dalton United +21. Atlanta United with that Legends match last week are at +17.
Yeah, I mean, what a difference that result like that for Atlanta United has done. Oh, here we go.
Offside.
Offside.
Just able to hold him because that was razor thin.
Yeah, Rovers have done a good job. They're consciously trying to use that offside trap to combat that speed. Boy, if you get that wrong, SSL is going to be in with an opportunity.
Only team in the playoff picture right now that has a negative goal differential is Potros FC. They actually have a -2 goal differential.
That's why I say, you know, win-loss is one result, but also the goals you score and the goals you let in can make or break your season.
Sexton.
Oh,
pulled off
nice.
the ball by Faustin.
Nicely
now
done.
a counter for SSL. That was a good, and then Faustin gets it back, but there's going to be a foul a little bit forward on Koulibaly.
Yeah, I think the SSL player wanted to have that advantage played there.
That foul was off the ball.
Yeah.
Center ref going back to talk to Rodriguez about that foul, just letting him know this is the last opportunity before he receives a plastic for his endeavors. This is going to be almost 50 yards out, so this one's just going to get lifted forward towards the box.
Plenty of red shirts forward.
Som gets ahead on it, just cannot get it to a teammate. Here's an opportunity for SSL, just can't control it. The ball's not able to get it out of from underneath his feet. And this one's sent forward for Rovers. Sexton looks really good today, and that's a major foul on Sexton from Ochoa. Ochoa's going to see some plastic for his time today.
Yeah,
You
got
can
a little
see
bit reckless with that.
Those two, Sexton and Ochoa, have really been battling these last few 5-10 minutes. And I was just going to say, Sexton has looked really, really well today. You know, coming back from that injury, like we were talking about, it took him a while to get back in the squad, and then it took him a little bit longer to get back into form. Again, another long 50-yarder is just going to get lifted into the box. Elect to try to take it low. John goes over to Leonard. Leonard trying to cross it over to Sam. But Matthias is there to control it. He's got to be careful because Morquinho's cutting off the pass to the keeper. And that one's going to go out. It'll be a throw deep in the Rovers' third for SSL. That was great work by Sam to not let Matthias have an opportunity to get that ball out.
Yeah, and I think he opted just to get it out as opposed to trying to play that ball out.
Here comes a nice long throw into the box. But
a
a foot foul.
Yeah.
One of those things that we love to call because it's just called so rarely.
Yeah, you don't see it often, but you see the infraction a lot. Ooh, that was
It's
not
one of
real
those
pretty
rules
either.
that we love to see enforced. Here's an opportunity. Falston deflected off the Rovers.
Chance of a break.
Cut off the pass once, cut off the pass twice on Ohana. But there's going to be tug on the shirt, says the center official.
Yeah, I did see a tug. It was a slight one. I think the referee wanted to play advantage, but it didn't materialize.
But that's one of the rules that we see get in the very gray area, foot fouls starting to get called. Sexton tries to slot that ball into the box, not able to do so. Morquinho, he has possession. Elects to go back to Trujillo. Leonard. Up to Falston. Falston's not able to control the ball from under his feet. Matthias sends it forward. Figueroa. Good step by Del Rio. Hart, haven't called his name in a while.
Ooh, too strong.
He just got a little too much on that one. Conversation there with Sexton. Looks like he's got a little bit of blood on the elbow that needs to be attended to. You could see the center official motioning to the bench about the elbow. Ohana.
Ooh, misplayed that.
Alabash goes around the horn trying to find a spot. Trujillo, he's able to work the ball off of him. Morquinho just didn't have a path forward. Rovers lose possession. Trujillo just sends it long. Sam bodied Nava off the ball for a moment. Ohana, John. Good battle there with Figueroa. Comes out with the Rovers possession. Alabash moves it over on the right-hand side.
Nice.
Luke's back into the match. Shot taken. What a goal! Luke Sexton, take
By
a bow,
himself.
young man.
What a finish. came up that right side, really just put it down with power. There's nothing that can be done as he celebrates this goal. Another fantastic opportunity for Rovers to get on top in this game.
This ball sent over to the right-hand side, newly entered Sexton, and he just rifles this one right past Nesma. Nothing he could do. 2-1 Rovers.
What a way to get things going in the second half of Rovers, who really do need a good result today if they have any hopes for challenging for those top playoff spots.
64th minute, you can see SSL quickly, or I apologize, one of the players on that side took off an undershirt. It was looking like they were doing a sub, but that was just a change of an undershirt.
Throws a yellow out there for him.
And that really caught SSL off guard there, because Sexton had gone over to the bench to get that elbow looked at. And then the next thing you know, he's back on the pitch, and he has just a beautiful path to the goal over there on that right-hand side.
Yeah, he showed a remarkable good control coming in to the right, but the finish was just unstoppable. Well-deserved go-ahead score.
I didn't see who got that yellow card just a second ago.
Somebody on the sideline. I couldn't see exactly what happened. I saw it late.
Yeah, it looked like it was a player that was just warming up. I want to say it was Sebastian Lopez, but it's hard to see from over here. We'll see it on the report after the match.
Yeah, I don't know if something was said or if he did something that warranted a yellow card. That's a pretty strong disciplinary action.
All right, we're in a hashtag response time for SSL yet again. John, what an opportunity. He almost got that past Hernandez.
What a chance there for SSL to get back level. It's going to be a corner.
This will be an outswinger from Sam. Hernandez able to control that ball.
Good opportunity from SSL. I don't think we're done with scoring yet for either side. It's a very strategic chess-like match. They look for their spots. They look for their openings.
Good turn by Leonard. He's able to move the ball over to the right-hand side where Sam is. Sam lifts it over into the box. Woo, that was an absolute perfect stop by Rodriguez, number 14. He had to get that. Otherwise, that was a goal because the runner was there for SSL. No foul called for Sam. He was working on his SAG award there with that performance.
Very animated fall there.
Not able to control that ball. And he's going to be called, I believe, number 5, Hart, is going to get a yellow for a handball, trying to stop play there as he just stumbled on himself.
Yeah, getting a few yellows this half. Don't want.
Should be 2, whoever it was that received the yellow on the Rovers bench, that should be 2 cards for both sides.
Yeah, we'll have to find out later what that yellow card on the sideline was for.
This is about 40 yards out, so Leonard is just going to lift this in, see what we can work with. Good ball. Sam just not able to get there. Jallo trying to make something out of it. Fighting with Figueroa. That ball is deflected off of Jallo, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rovers. 68 minutes into this match. Atlanta Rovers lead 2-1 over SSL FC here, Charlie Jordan Field, Shiloh Stadium, Snellville, Georgia.
Atlanta Rovers trying to do everything that he can to secure a good playoff spot. A win today would go a long way to making that happen.
That ball was long from Hernandez, but nobody earning possession to go out for a throw. SSL gear up another substitute. We'll see who's coming off. It'll be Koulibaly that's coming off, number 7. SSL get us back underway.
Got some fresh legs on for SSL. SSL is going to be looking for that equalizer, but here come Rovers.
Alabash goes over to Figueroa. He takes a shot. Jallo had to get down and get that right, which he did. It goes out for a throw for the Rovers.
Rovers looking to extend that lead. Confirm dominance in this game.
Number 4 is who came on for.
Get a stray ball on the field to get rid of.
And we're at the point of the match where numbers and substitutes don't match. No handball given there. Sam with a good touch. Newly entered 4 on the ball.
Ooh, they let him turn in.
Just nowhere to go with it. Has to go all the way back. Leonard tried to do something fancy, but again, feet let him down. Had to go back, give and go.
Oh.
And that one gets deflected. It'll be a corner. Made something out of nothing there.
Yeah, put themselves in a scoring position here with a dead ball opportunity.
This will be an outswinger. Hit with some pace, and it's quickly cleared out by the Rovers. White gives it to Sexton, who gives it to Alabash. He's on a great run. Back to Sexton. It finds its way to him.
Oh, he almost finds him.
That was almost a just pristine pass from the Rovers.
Oh.
Just a mistake there. Allows SSL to earn a throw.
Yeah, Rovers looking to extend the league. SSL trying to stop that and get that equalizer.
72nd minute. That ball gets deflected off of Ochoa, but they're still able to control it. Morquinho. He gets around the defender. Streaking down that left-hand side into the box. Gives it back to Leonard. Leonard not able to do anything with it. Faustin, he has it. Shoots right into Hernandez's grasp. That was a great opportunity from SSL.
Could have done better with that. Right at the goalkeeper.
He had way too much time to have an idea where to shoot, and he shoots right into the arms of Hernandez.
There's an acres of space with the whole goal in front of him. He could have gone left or right of the goalkeeper, but went straight to him.
Good step by Jallo. He's forward. Not a good turn and pass from the newly entered number 4. Somebody's down on the ground for the Rovers. Looks like number 12, Nava, is who's down. I didn't see the collision.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to call the physio out or not on this.
We have a substitute for both sides ready to go.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. It was off the ball. like he might have turned his knee or ankle.
He's up.
He's walking fine. He's gonna have to go up the
Center
field.
official says he spent enough time on the ground. It's go over to the side to get brought back in. John's day is done. Number 3 for SSL. I believe that is one of the Morquinho brothers coming on. It looks like number 5's day for the Rovers. Hart, who was on a yellow, his day is done.
Yeah, we're not going to be sure about the numbers for the substitutes.
22. Was 22 is Ayula Morquinho.
Tell you, a little bit of frustration from the players. The AR on this side was delayed in
making his call.
Making the call there, but it is going to be a Rovers throw. It's one of those ones where both of them went for the ball and could have gone off to either one of them. You have to make a decision to the AR, I guess.
David Michelson was the entered player for Hart, number 30 for Atlanta Rovers. He tried to get the ball to him that time, but SSL, that ball's going to get knocked out. It'll be a throw. Ohana thought he done enough to earn possession and not a throw, but a little too far. About 15 minutes plus stoppage time is what we have left. Good work, Michelson.
Oh, threaded in nicely there.
SSL, now they're on a break. Falston, Som.
Speed.
Good work down that right-hand side, but that ball just gets lifted up and too much for anything for SSL. Hernandez just smothers it.
Yeah, good opportunity there from SSL. Just couldn't direct that cross straight, a little bit too close to Hernandez.
Right now, this result really helps the Rovers. SSL are pretty much locked for the playoffs.
Like you say, they're going to have that advantage by having a couple of weeks rest before the playoffs start.
Here's a run.
Ooh.
He takes the shot, slides it across. Ooh, saved by the defender. Goes out for a throw deep. He had a teammate with him the entire time. Number 4 was running with him, side pace for pace, step for step.
He had a very heavy touch there at the end, though.
And just was not able to do anything with it. Ochoa is going to be giving us the throw for SSL. Deep, long throw into the box, headed forward. Leonard, he takes a shot, and it's right into the arms of Hernandez.
Good effort.
And Hernandez doing his best SAG award.
The referee's kind of, he said, I know what you did.
If he hurt himself, if he's hurt, he hurt himself more than anything from another player.
These are precious seconds off the clock is what this is.
78 minutes we are entering.
Yeah, time becoming a factor for SSL. They're getting the opportunities, but just haven't been able to convert to get that equalizer yet.
Like we said, coming into this match, Dre, Dalton United, 24 points. Atlanta United Academy at 19 points. SSL was 17 points. Rovers in 6th place with 12. This would jump them into 4th place ahead of Potros. We'll see what happens with their match.
It's a huge, huge result if they can hang on here, Rovers.
And don't forget, right now the points that Rovers has a big old asterisk on it because 1 point in their schedule is based upon a game that's only had 45 minutes played.
Yeah, that's going to be that Legends game. Right now they're both been given a point temporarily till that game is over.
Here's an opportunity for the Rovers. Ingram had nowhere to go. Moved over to the sidelines, gets knocked out. It'll be a throw.
Yeah, that's another critical game, though. The second half of that Legends game, both for Legends and Atlanta Rovers. If either one of them can get a victory, it can mean quite a bit of difference in their season, as well as the loss.
That ball bounces around, but Morikino is able to get it. Sexton, and there's a brace for Luke Sexton. What a goal!
What a finish. SSL a little bit lackadaisical in the clearance there. Rovers took full advantage of it. And that's going to be a really, really important goal here as we get towards the last 10 minutes of this game.
This ball just bouncing around, and Luke Sexton said, "Thank you very much. I will put that in the back of the net." Bounced off of the sidebar, and it is 3-1 Atlanta Rovers. Yeah, when we're talking about that match, Dre, that 45 minutes, if Coach Wozniak and Legends FC could get a result, that could just make or break their season.
Yeah, it really could. I mean, between that and, of course, the LaGrange Derby tomorrow, you get those two results, and you're pretty much out of the relegation places.
2 changes for SSL. They really need some results quickly.
Oh, nice ball.
Quickly they do, into the box. Tried to slide it over to number 4, but that did not go to plan as it went right into the arms of Hernandez.
Just hasn't really been there for them today, SSL. They've had opportunities, but just couldn't really put it away. Oh.
Shot taken, and that one goes wide.
Not a bad effort from long range. Tried to curl it into that right top corner.
There's a long ball forward. Hernandez running all the way out of the box to clear that out for a throw.
Good work from Hernandez. Tried to move it down the touchdown a little bit with the ref. Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to ref going to make him go back.
Definitely. You got to, I mean, he tried to get 20 yards there.
Yeah. I think 30 yards.
We still got it. They still earned 10 or 15 there.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest cat and mouse games in the sport. How many yards can you gain off a throw?
Rovers doing well in defense, just really just closing down the attack quickly. SSL have had a lot of possession, but they can't find their rhythm in the final attacking third. Rovers doing a really good job of closing down any attack that comes through there.
And, you know, don't sleep on Atlanta Rovers. They were a sensational team in 2022, won the Regional Cup both in the spring and the fall.
Yeah, back-to-back titles.
And they were really a powerhouse in the spring 2022, but in that last, you know, that spring 2023, just everything fell off with about 4 matches to go, and it was wholesale changes for the Rovers in the offseason before this fall season.
Yeah, they had a lot of discord in the locker room with coaching staff. They've got that sorted now.
And even playing staff, you know, a lot of players coming and going for the Rovers. I mean, this was a really big change for them this season. Coach Louis has done a fantastic job getting the ship righted.
Yeah, he's really brought them back into contention. Victory like this today is pretty much cementing them into that playoff picture. Still a bit to go.
Going all the way back to Rodriguez, and he sends it all the way back to Hernandez. The clock on the side of the Rovers right now.
Yeah, that last goal from Rovers is going to be devastating for SSL.
Luke Sexton just putting a clinic on now. Here's an opportunity for him to bring a...
Defender came down. Good save.
And offsides is going to be on that for Justin White.
So close.
Luke Sexton was trying to go for his hat trick.
Couldn't quite get a good handle on it to best the goalkeeper. But again, more precious time off the clock. SSL really realistically chasing what would be a draw to try to get a point out of this match.
Som not able to try to add to his profile in the Golden Boot race. Foul.
Looks like SSL looks like they might be running out of ideas right now. A little bit of desperation. They seem to have lost that rhythm they had earlier in the match.
We said last week they had a 2-2 draw with Potros. They've got one match left for the season against Club the Strongest, Los Tigres, next week away.
Oh, they got a corner of that.
The 3 remaining matches for Atlanta Rovers are all away. They got to play Atlanta City, North Georgia United, and then FC Birmingham.
Although the makeup
and
is going to be
and
at
also
home.
make up that Legends FC 45.
Yeah, that'll be at their home in Tara Stadium down in Jonesboro, Georgia.
This is going to be an in-swinger after another substitute for Rovers. Justin White's day is done. All the way back to the far side.
And remember,
Nesma took a bump.
yeah, he's going to be okay. I think he took a little knock there. But remember, Rovers is probably going to still look for some more goals. That goal difference is still an issue.
I believe that foul was committed by the newly entered player for the Rovers that came on for White. That was number 24, Donald Nwegbo.
Down to the last 5 minutes of this match, plus whatever stoppage time will be added.
Yeah, I think we'll get a few more minutes of stoppage time with all the substitutes and goals in this second half, Dre.
Yeah, maybe a couple more minutes.
Give it 4.
4 maybe, yeah, so I was thinking. And the Rovers really done a great job today. Preparation for this match by Coach Louis.
Definitely.
Paying dividends.
Del Rio. Over to Sexton. Gets around one man, but not able to get to the ball. Sent forward on this left-hand side.
He's
Can he get
on.
there before it's out? The back official said it was out. Center official allowed it to play on. He finally
got it.
He finally got it.
Got his attention.
Again, thank you to our sponsor, Images Frozen in Time, for bringing you all this coverage of the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. For all your photography needs, look to Images Frozen in Time.
Yeah, we love our sponsors here. They really make it possible for us to bring you this action.
Bad pass from Hernandez, but deflected by Rovers. Faustin gave it a go.
Oh, what a
Long
ball.
ball up to Sexton. He's able to control it.
Nice work by Sexton on that side. Not a lot of help there for him, but he does get a throw. Down. We're now in the 90th minute. It looks like it's a bridge too far for SSL right now. I think the only thing you're going to be looking for now is try to affect the goal difference for both sides.
Luke Sexton, he rips it. Nesma controls it for at least a second, but not able to fully control it. And it's going to go out for a corner for Atlanta Rovers.
And more seconds off the clock. We've got
Look for a short corner here. See if they can work the clock off. Trying to catch him off guard. SSL trying to transition. You know, that's one of the things I have to say for SSL. Some of these substitutes that have come on just really haven't adapted to the level of play that's out there. You know, you can chalk it up to some of the cooler temperatures that we're feeling right now, but they've come on and they really haven't made an impact for SSL.
Oh, they have fresh legs out there, but the teamwork is lacking, and cohesiveness of this team has disappeared here in the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Throw deep in Rovers half. That one goes for naught as Hernandez scoops it up.
Rovers now looking really just to play this game out. Oh, they're going to let the play advantage.
Som trying to get it forward to number 4, and that's going to be a foul.
Frustrating day for Som out there. He's played, run and run and run, but he can't get into this game.
And Bosch plays back to Nava, who gives it right back, and they're just back and forth. Just kill this clock off, maybe another minute to 2 minutes, as a center official looks at his watch yet again.
Whatever they add, I don't think it's going to be enough for SSL to do anything with. Rovers just too good today for SSL to handle.
He's going forward. Nwegbo. He looks to be going to the corner. Morquinho just clears it out, which again just kills more time off the clock.
I think it's academic at this point. The question is, can either team score at least one more goal to do something with goal difference? Oh, nice work. Get through, threading it through.
Bosch has had a fantastic match. He's down on the ground trying to earn something, but he's not getting anything from the center official. SSL, they're on the transition. And that's just not able to keep it in, and that's pretty much the whole story of this day for SSL.
Yeah, they just not in it right now. Flashes of brilliance, but nothing sustained in this match. And a lot of that's down to Rovers play.
Yeah, Rovers came in here and have played a sensational game.
Got a Rovers player down.
Sexton
That'll add a few more
had that
seconds.
foul. He's gonna play the cramp card, see if he can get a few seconds. Do not expect much more time from the center official. Even says, though, I'm watching the time.
Yeah, I don't think at this point, whatever he adds, it's not going to be too much of a difference in this match. This is Rovers to have today. Valuable win for them. And like I say, like, you know, you mentioned earlier, Legends, that game is tied 1-1 when it was suspended. They still have to finish that second half. If they win that, they're very much in contention for one of the top playoff spots, which means, you know, the home field advantage could be an issue.
And one thing that we'll address, I saw it in the chat, someone was asking about the Rovers' strongest match from last week. Will it be rescheduled because it was suspended? The answer is no. That match was deemed a forfeit from Club the Strongest Los Tigres due to the referee, attack on their referee.
And there's a full-time whistle here.
Full-time here.
And so that's going to be a great victory for Atlanta Rovers. They win 2-1, and as you said before, yeah, Club the Strongest is going to be charged a forfeit for that game against Rovers. They were the cause of the abandonment there, and it's been deemed by the league to be a forfeit. So not only is that a loss for Club the Strongest, it's also a point deductor.
Yeah, so when we look at the leaderboard that came in from today, you saw down at the bottom Club the Strongest with that -1. That puts them down at the bottom at 3 points. This 3 points for Rovers will shoot them up to 4th place underneath SSL at just at 15 points. Again, they have only 1 point. That's part of that half game with the Legends that'll get rescheduled. Their next game, like we said, will be against Atlanta City FC, which will be a great match away. We'll see if they can continue their winning ways. Coach Louis has them on the right foot, getting ready for the playoffs, and that's what matters most. Make it to the playoffs, those next 7, anything goes. Once you get to the playoffs, not only you're looking to lift the trophy, but you're looking to move on to the national playoffs. That's going to do it for this match here between SSL FC and Atlanta Rovers FC, but we're not done here at Charlie Jordan Field, Shiloh Stadium. We will be back in a few minutes to bring you Kalanji Pro Profile versus Vinotinto Atlanta. So we're going to step away. Thanks for watching. We'll see you here in a few moments.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.